You're lying awake at night, phone face down, heart racing, mind replaying every message you sent and every one she didn't answer. You stopped chasing, not to play games, not to manipulate. You were just tired. And that's when it happens. She comes back. Let me explain why this happens, because this isn't random, it's psychology. At first, none of it makes sense. When you cared the most, she pulled away. When you tried harder, she respected you less. Every apology, every explanation, every long paragraph at 2 a.m., it pushed her further. You told yourself it was love, loyalty, consistency. But something inside you felt wrong. You were shrinking while calling it devotion. Here's the truth most men never hear. Attraction doesn't disappear suddenly. It erodes when polarity collapses. And chasing is how polarity dies. When you chase, you signal emotional dependence, not intentionally, but psychologically. Your nervous system says, I need you to regulate my worth. And the moment she feels that, her attraction system shuts down. Not because she's evil, not because she planned it, but because emotional safety and desire are not the same thing. You see, desire requires tension, and tension requires self-containment. When you chase, there's no mystery, no uncertainty, no edge. You're always available, always explaining, always adjusting yourself to keep her. That's not love, that's control, even if it's unintentional. She becomes the center, you become the orbit, and psychologically, no one respects what revolves around them. This is where confusion turns into pain. You're thinking, I'm doing everything right. Why am I losing her? Because effort without self-respect doesn't create attraction, it creates pressure. Pressure kills desire. Let me explain why stopping changes everything. When you stop chasing, you remove the emotional crutch. You stop feeding reassurance. You stop proving. You stop pleading. And suddenly, there's space. Space forces reflection. Her mind, which was overstimulated by your presence, now feels absence, and absence activates curiosity. Not because she misses you yet, but because the dynamic changed. That's not romance, that's neuropsychology. Here's the real shift. When you detach, your nervous system stabilizes. Your tone changes, your energy recalibrates. You're no longer reacting, you're responding, if at all. And that signals something powerful. Emotional independence. That's what she feels. Not distance, not punishment, strength. Think about this real scenario. Before, you texted first, double texted, explained yourself, apologized for emotions she triggered. Now, you don't. You don't announce it, you don't threaten to leave, you just stop leaking energy. And in that silence, she starts to feel what you felt. Uncertainty, loss of control, emotional imbalance. That's when she reaches out. Not always with love, sometimes with confusion, sometimes with nostalgia, sometimes with breadcrumbs, but she comes back. Here's the part most men misunderstand. She doesn't come back because you stopped caring. She comes back because you stopped needing. Needing kills polarity. Grounded detachment restores it. And this is where men sabotage themselves again. The moment she returns, they chase again, and the cycle repeats. Let's get very clear. If she comes back only after you stop chasing, it means the version of you that chased was unattractive to her nervous system. Painful to hear, but liberating to understand, because now you know the lever. This isn't about manipulation, it's about self-regulation. When you center your life, your mission, your identity, you stop negotiating your worth. And that's when attraction either stabilizes or exposes the truth. Because here's the final reality. If she only wants you when you pull away, she doesn't want closeness, she wants control. That's not love, that's conditioning. So what's the transformation? It's not becoming cold, it's becoming solid. You don't chase, you don't withdraw to punish, you don't perform strength. You are it. You let people meet you where you stand or not at all. And if she comes back, you don't ask why. You observe. Does she respect your boundaries now? Does she invest without pressure? Does she meet consistency with consistency? If not, you don't chase the memory of what she was. You walk. Here's the final truth. When you stop chasing, you don't get her back. You get yourself back. And sometimes, that's what she notices.